Tonight on EA Sports, Super Bowl 60. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Jalen Hurts and the Minnesota Vikings.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it. You work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Vikings turn up the heat, and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And they are going to wind up with a football down at the 1-yard line. Special teams putting a mark on this game early. Opening drive, block punt.
And for one team, it's a good mark, and for the other, not so good. And this is why special teams coaches are like designated hitters to me. They don't get very many opportunities. They need to maximize when it comes their way.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tip Ryman taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
But Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. Jackson, options out left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This will go to Henry out wide. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And defensively, pure frustration. Jackson now off the bootleg. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. First down, and they go with Swift again. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Chandler. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now Hurts looking to change the play. They go play action here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. 26 yards. And the Vikings will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That time, a 9-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And the Ravens taking the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On the option right is Jackson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, he was met and dropped behind the line there. Here's Jordan Stout now. Vikings turn up the heat, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. No question that one stings a little extra because he had that first down. It would have been a 4th down conversion.
Love the effort. Love the maneuverability. Don't like the fact that he didn't bring the ball with him, and now it's going to go in the other direction.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Now right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And now they'll shift things around. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Xavier Legette, 28 yards. And the Vikings are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Jackson. And Walker has it. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback. They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gardner alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 16. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Once again, it's Swift. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 2. Now Hurts going to move him around. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, big man with ball admit, bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You can go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Here's 3rd and 3.
They're going to look to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 40. Williams, the man in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Jackson to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Now it's Jackson. They shakes him off.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
That's taken on the 25. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison,
61 yards.
And the Vikings are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Minnesota's kick team.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Jackson on first down.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll set up to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Tip Ryman, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now a throw here, hauled in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On second down, Swift. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And
he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Play action. Here's Hurts. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. From the gun, here's Swift. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Ravens offense back out there. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10. That one complete to Ligon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings are pouring it on. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the right. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. That is caught. They find some open field here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. And the defense bit hard there. They were thinking run all the way, play fake, working to perfection on 4th down.
And it was able to work because of the down and distance situation. 4th and short, you've got to respect the run. You show a little play action. Oftentimes you find people open for what you need, and that's exactly what they got done there.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
2nd down and 6 now. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Ravens offense. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.